What is up, everybody? What's going on? It's me, RDV. Uh, kind of wasn't gonna do this top five tonight, but at last minute I figured I'll just go live for like 30 minutes the most. Um, kind of not really feeling like doing these much anymore because mainly it just feels like it's just me and Breen, and then maybe two people that are interacting. I don't know. Maybe I just want more interaction. That's all. But definitely on Thursday there will be no best of the week. I'm kind of ending those because those get no views whatsoever. And but like especially last week, there was no one in the chat except for a few people, and that was about it. So I don't know what that was all about. Most people are watching something, I don't know, but all right. But let's get this going. Remove ourselves, and we'll talk about my 3 books I have this week, or 4 probably. And all right, do this. Remove us. And hello to One Slick Dude, and hello to Marania who are watching this. Anybody else who's tuning in, please click like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and we'll get going here. All right, so this week we're gonna start off. Well, we're gonna drop down the Ghost Machine. Ghost Machine's releasing a Who's Who kind of book, official guidebook, which is pretty much, if you remember the DC comic books, the Who's Who, the Marvel A through Z. That's kind of what this is. This is for $4, 24 pages. Basically, if you're not caught up, if you were confused about as far as Ghost Machine, who the characters are, now it's going to tell you who every character is. Albert Einstein to High Plains Zoo. This is A through H, and this is going to be 5 issues apparently. So they're going to release five issues of these things, just basically telling you who the characters are. So, how hot does Geiger burn? What is the Committee of Spectral Affairs? Did George Washington really die? This new limited series collects all new entries, teasing, tantalizing stories to come, as well as updated goods on Ghost Machine's characters from across the hit titles, beginning with The Unnamed Universe from Geiger, Junkyard Joe, and Redcoat, with interior characters art from Ghost Machine's all-star artists. Don't miss out the outstanding classic homage covers that let you decide what 80s-inspired guidebook look you want to collect. This initial volume covers the first half of The World of the Unnamed, from Albert Einstein to High Plains Zoo. And like I said, this is cover A. So, nice little Gary Frank here. And then we get this. I love this. The official guidebook. The covers here. But it gets better. There you go, Breen. There's your DC Who's Who.
I like the Marvel one better.
Yeah. I mean, I do like on the cover here, it tells you who he's talking about. I do like that.
Yeah, that's what the DC ones did.
Yep. So if you know exactly what you're getting, it's like, okay. But yeah, that is cover 3, and the Marvel one right here. I mean, this does tell you Albert Einstein, the High Plains Zoo. So, but I like how the DC one tells you exactly who's in this book. And what's up, Jim Sorensen? What's going on? But yeah, I'm gonna get the DC one. I like this, and I love the fact that they're doing a DC one. Just kind of rubbing in the fact is like, hey, DC, you could have had us.
I probably could have counted the times I bought 2 covers on one hand.
Yeah.
If I were still in the hobby, this would be very tempting.
Yep.
Because they just, I mean, they 100% nailed both of these.
Exactly. Yeah. It's this is Danny Mickey and Ivan Rice. I think, yeah, that's what it is.
Well, actually, the art on the Marvel one is even more spot on, because they it always looked like they were running towards something.
Yeah.
And that, like the ones down there in the bottom. I mean, they I said, nailed them both.
Right. So, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get this because maybe it actually has some previews from new stories coming up. Might even have a premiere of a character. Who knows?
I like it. Will, but
no, probably not. But I do like these official guidebooks. These are kind of cool because it's like having a encyclopedia, Marvel encyclopedia. That's what it is. DC encyclopedia. There's a lot of things you may not know or remember, or maybe you missed when you're reading on your first read throughs. So, and also it's a good way to help catch you up on the story too. All right, though, but that is my number 4 for this week because I don't have a 5. But information-wise, the DC-inspired guidebook is great design-wise. The Marvel-inspired one is leagues better. I guess so. If you, I like the DC one, just because it has the list every single character on the front page there. So, alrighty then. Going into my number 3 this week, I'm going to scroll down all the way to the bottom because that's the way that this works out for this. Actually, don't have to. Babs of Black Road. Garth Ennis and Jason Burrows are continuing their quest with this is volume. This is about the second book volume of Babs, which is basically Red Sonja, kind of like Xena Warrior Princess and all that stuff, Conan the Barbarian knockoff, and just making fun of it. Garth Ennis, who basically is just like Mark Millar. They love dabbling into kind of the fantasy world. Garth Ennis, who basically did a couple of years ago, did sequel to Hawk the Slayer, the popular 80s movie. All right. So it says on their quest down the demon cursed Black Road South, Babs and Izzy face murderous creatures, a murderous hobbit who's intent into bondage, and a couple of particularly murderous, impossible not to mock examples of cosmetic surgery attached to a narcissistic swordsman. Is all this stress worth the treasure that might await on the road's end? Of course it is. It's treasure. If you missed the first issue, they're making fun of the Lord of the Rings, basically saying that Sam was gay the whole entire time, trying to kiss Frodo. But of course, Babs, who's coming and helping out, she accidentally knocked Frodo into the fire, killed him. So now Sam's got basically a vendetta against her, wants to kill her. And yeah, so of course, so this is the cover A. And then here's cover B, the Hobbits. I love it. And even she made the whole joke about it. It's like, I don't want to do any more walking. All you guys do is walk everywhere. Get a car. It's like, of course. Yeah. So yep. So I love this. Garth Ennis, if you know him from his Punisher stuff, does not hold back on the gore and the comedy. So that is my number 3 for this week. All right. All right. Number 2 this week is actually a book that surprised me. The only reason I'm getting it because Paul Jenkins is writing it. Let me scroll down to it. How far down is it? Did it get pushed back? No, it couldn't get pushed back. Am I missing the title here? No, there it is. That's why I didn't recognize it. It's Captain Marvel, The Dark Past, #1. Little miniseries by Paul Jenkins. The legacy of Miss Marvel. Cosmic level being Captain Marvel has saved universes, thwarted alien invasions, and even defeated a god or two. But when an attack on New York, bolstered by a mysterious group called the DNVR, exposed a dark part of Carol's family history, she's forced to question everything she thought she knew about the Danvers name. Carol suspects that the answers lie in the investigation she was forced to drop when she was a journalist, and lost memories from her past as Miss Marvel resurface. She's faced with the toughest battle yet. Paul Jenkins, who's working on the Sentry right now, and you get Lucas Wernick join forces basically to do this. And what's great about this is that it's the return of the swimsuit. Let this trigger every fucking little pansy who hates the fact that that she had this costume. Look at the one on the right is much more appealing. The one on the left looks like she's just trying to copy Redcoat. Like she came out of the circus. I'm sorry. Alternate cover. This is the Scott Campbell Virgin variant, which will even trigger more. Where are her organs? Breen, where are her organs? On top. We even get the binary. And here's one. This is the Jim Starlin bicentennial calendar hidden agenda or hidden icon gem or what we call it. Which is kind of cool. Here's the full version of that binary cover. I hate the white background. And here's the foil. You're gonna have a foil version. Well, this isn't the foil one, but they're gonna have a foil version of this, the swimsuit. And I hope the whole entire, they're all 5 issues. We get a bunch of just her in the swimsuit.
Yeah, the original cover there, the main cover.
Yeah.
Well, that's that's Brett Booth, isn't it?
This was Fang Yang.
Oh wow, they draw like whoever that is draws like Brett Booth.
Yeah. This is we're gonna have cover. Yeah, this has been normal cover J without the. So this will be a nice cover. But the original, and then we got Joel Jones doing a cover, which I don't care for this one as much. Yeah. It's dumb. But this is
you know what that should be. Just by that cover, it's Captain Marvel, the search for her chest.
We found it. It's on the right. When you lean to the left, you lose your chest, right? Women are on the right. No, lesbians on the left. As it happens. But yeah, the fact that like Paul Jenkins even write this, and you're bringing back the swimsuit, the costume, I'm intrigued. No, but yeah. You're gonna have Bulldozer, Iron Man, you're basically the whole Wrecking Crew. You're gonna have Rogue.
Wait a minute.
What?
So Agatha Harkness is young in the comics now too.
Well, I don't know. This isn't her. This is what she look like in the actual book, though. Okay. This is just currently whatever they have, because they had they've been updating her what she looks like in certain books. Maybe she was another copy, but I said this is League Comic Geeks. Doesn't represent what's going on. But
yeah, I said, guess we probably seen the last of White Wonder Man too.
Here's the one thing though. I see Bulldozer, Pile Driver, and Wrecker. I don't see the other one.
That's racist.
It is racist. Thank you, Paul Jenkins. But yeah. And of course, if you want to scroll down Link Comic Geeks, you can read all the people who are completely triggered by this. But this first guy didn't bring up things. He's like, "Oh, I have happy about this. It's miniseries. It isn't so bad." But he said it's annoying for a character for a few years ago had a 50-issue run, which are incredibly rare these days. Feels like it's unintentionally or not that Marvel doesn't have as much faith in the character. Here's the thing that's more annoying. Paul Jenkins, his own character, when he's writing what's called Sentry, only gets 4 issues for that. Captain Marvel, he gets 5 issues for this. I don't know. I just want more Sentry. That's what I want more. And here's the thing. A lot of people I saw in the comments are like, who the hell is Paul Jenkins? And then if I discover he wrote Hellblazer. And all of a sudden they're like fans of him now. It's like, well, yeah.
Until they realize he didn't write the version, where he's
gay
and bisexual.
Well, here's the thing though. I think a lot of people who are current books do not know they don't know who Chuck Dixon is.
No, they do. They know they hate him.
Well, no, those are the other ones who don't even buy comic books. I'm saying the people going into the shops, may not even know who Chuck Dixon is because they've never gone back and read back issues.
No, the people that go into comic book shops that buy the new stuff and think the new stuff is better than it's ever been.
Not at my shops.
They hate Chuck Dixon.
Not at my shops.
I said the people that that are on League of Comic Geeks that buy comics.
Well, League Comic Geeks. Here's the thing of League Comic Geeks. I'm convinced a lot of them just read the pirated books.
Well, I'm just saying that's either way. They know who he is. They don't know. They've never read his books. They've just been told that he's bad.
Sure, for these ones, yes. But I'm saying at my shops, a lot of them have never even heard. I bring up Chuck Dixon, they don't know who he is unless it's an older person. Because a lot of believe it or not, there's a lot of people who aren't on social media. But anyway, though.
Well, yeah, a perfect example is yesterday. That guy ripping Chuck Dixon to prop up Tom Taylor. That's the modern comic fan position.
That's the one. That's the ones they want. Yes.
Right.
But I don't.
And
I
I
don't.
promise you, people have never read Chuck Dixon. They just know that he's bad, terror bad.
Yeah, but I'm saying I think a lot of people on Twitter that are anti Chuck Dixon and stuff, I don't even read books.
Well, they've never read his.
Yeah. But all right, going into my number one for this week. Let's see here. We're getting comments in the chat. And this is the Mel Brooks of comic books. Hear me out. Brooks knew the genre of the movies he satirized, parodied very well, and it appears to know the sword and sorcery genre very well. He does. And speaking of which, you guys saw that bullshit. Michael Cera and apparently Samuel Jackson are going to be in a Hulu version of Blazing Saddles. I don't believe it. I think it's clickbait. There's no way they would allow that movie to exist.
Well, it would be
in a reboot.
It would be so sanitized.
How could you do it? I don't. There's no way you could do it today with PC. I don't know how you would even do it.
It would be a name only.
Yeah. But
guess who drove in the first run for the Red Sox?
Let me guess. I don't know.
Get your sound effect machine ready.
Oh, his last name's Wong?
Wong. Yep.
Yeah.
And I look more Asian than he does.
Of course.
That might be why his first name's Connor.
Ah. All right. So this issue features an adventure so big, not only are Robin and Supergirl and Jimmy Olsen, Batgirl, and the rest of the Superbad family joining in, but Dan Mora makes his return to the series he helped launch. Great jumping on point for those who are just looking to tune in and just go back to the World's Finest. World's Finest has probably been probably the best ongoing DC title, I'd say, for 50 issues now. I like Jeremy Adams. I like Josh Williamson. But, Mark Waid and Dan Mora, this has just been fun.
I almost forgot. Hey, Tommy.
Yeah. Bond villain, I call it in. Yeah. So, yeah. We got Batman there in the cover, too. I think it's going to be a wraparound cover, probably. But then we have The World's Finest by Frank Quiley. Frank should never draw Batman. Unless it's Gary Frank. This looks bad. Here's your Mark Spears crappy version. That looks horrible. Superman, lay off the bronzer. Now this is pretty good. This is the Rod Reyes variant. This is actually pretty decent. He's got derpy bats and it's got doves. World's Finest by Adrian Gutierrez variant. Number 50. Let's get interesting. Raza variant. What the heck? Batman's got a spacesuit on and everything. Looks kind of funny. And Dan Mora, Al Yankovic cover. It's a white Al Yankovic is on this. But he is. I don't know why, but that's kind of funny. Then there's Vasco Georgie cover. Or Georgiev. I can't remember butcher's last name. Warlord's on this. This is kind of cool. I don't know who the guy with the sword is.
It might be the KG Beast.
Maybe. Not Deadpool. Maybe it is KG Beast. Yep. Metamorpho, or sorry, the dark version of Metamorpho. It's the evil version. So it looks like. Yeah. And the normal cover. So this actually looks really cool. It is a wraparound cover. It's $5 for 40 pages. We're gonna have the Doom Patrol. At least it looks at it. Yeah, Zatanna, Catwoman, Batmite, Mister Mistiplex. Looks really cool. And yeah, you're gonna have looks like I have a couple different stories here. At least they have Adrian Gutierrez on there as artist, but it's actually Dan Moore on this side is returning.
Well, there's probably two stories. He's probably doing the second story.
Yeah, yeah. There's two stories. Yeah, that's what it is. Dream Team and the backup story, Strom und Drang, whatever that is. So, like I said, looking forward to this. Two stories for $5. And Mark Waid may be an asshole, but he is the asshole we like in writing comics. If that makes sense. All right. Done with that. I'll quickly, if you guys, there's a comic book you want me to go through, stop on, you know the drill. Daredevil, Stephanie Phillips is coming out this week.
Huh?
It's coming out on April 1st. Tomorrow's April 1st.
Well, what fools we mortals be. Just support a book by a Stephanie.
Oh yeah, and Gay Green Lantern returns the Batman over in number 8 with it looks like Vandal Savage and a shitty version of Poison Ivy. Absolute Superman with the Pride Rock. Is he gonna be going against Captain Marvel? Who knows? I'm not care. Oh, sorry, yeah. Can't call him Captain Marvel. Shazam. Poison Ivy's getting gay with Selena Kyle. Ugly looking Poison Ivy. Looks like a dude. Looks like we got some. I'm not sure who's supposed to be on there during the new Danger Room and X-Men. I heard that was really shitty. The Danger Room we get in the 80s X-Men with all that, it was fantastic. The new one, the best way to describe it: going to McDonald's as a kid in the 80s, early 90s, the playroom, everything was so bright colors. Today's McDonald's, industrial gray. Exactly, that's what they did to the Danger Room. Took away the actual room and just turned it into a very pathetic room. They might as well be playing racquetball in there. That's it. JSA number 18 still ongoing. I can't believe that's still ongoing. Zach was telling me, I was texting today, he was telling me he's still collecting books. He's got 20 books on his pull list. He's been ongoing. He's been collecting. I'm down to, I told him, like, sucks for you. I'm down to 14. We also have Bizarro Year None, number 1 coming out. Batman Static Beyond number 5. I love Batman Beyond. Love it. I love it's great, but this is a very just horrendous, just very what do you call it? It's a virtue signaling book. Don't care about Nova. Avengers Superman Book of L. That's Phil Kennedy Johnson, which is still ongoing. It's funny that he left and was working at Marvel, but somehow he's now back to doing Superman again. He must be hurting for sales. All new Spider-Gwen, Ghost Spider. Yeah, no thanks. Hey, look, it's the good version of Norman Osborn, right? Yeah. Doctor Strange and Asgard. Him with Angela, Logan, Black and White and Blood. Number 4. Wonder Man is also starting this week too, as well. I forgot who's writing this one. And look, he's white. So the miniseries they're doing. Sacrificers is still ongoing, which is kind of crazy. Walking Dead, 134. We have Casey Jones, number 6. Godzilla, and then we have Ninja Turtles versus Godzilla. Mad about DC. Yeah, I was saying Mariah Brania. JSA actually does look pretty good by the cover. I would get JSA, but I do not like Jeff Lemire and how he started out the series. It was just a slow, boring series. If you want to, I said the best one is still the Jeff Johns one, the Goyer Jeff Johns. Even I also love the 1992 one too as well, the JSA. Sad Sword of Conan magazine still ongoing. If you like good art, good storytelling, check that out. We have Alien King Killer #1. Pass. Speed Racer #7 through Mad Cave. That is David Pepos. When the One Earth. Oh, God. We're bringing back the Eternals 50th anniversary. You know, Brain, you should get that. The Eternals are back for anniversary special.
No, thanks.
Then we have Royals #1, which I'm not a fan of the art. It's one of the reasons I won't get it. The cover art looks horrendous. Kilroy is here. That's through Image. That's Joe Pruitt doing the writing. G.I. Joe and Real Making Hero. Silent Missions, Baroness #1. That could be pretty good. Pretty sure that's for Larry Hama. Night Before Christmas, The Shiver of Christmas Town. I didn't realize anything going on. Gargoyles, the Darkwing Duck #4 is out this week too. The Lion King #3. Gru the Prophecy, Magic the Gathering, Untold Stories. And then we got some other covers out here too going up. Some minor stuff. Judge Dredd, Out in Forest is 2000 AD to 2476. Apparently, those are coming through American Publisher, so my shop's going to start carrying those. Finally, Beyond Megalith, Bad Ideas, #0. Tyler Rake and Extraction Story #1. I don't know who Ande Parkins is, but the cover looks interesting. Got bullets flying, could be good. But it's through Ignition Press, a little company I've never heard of. Yeah, Young Blood, web store edition variants. Narco #1, second printing. You'll Kill Spiders #3. Shutter magazine #28. Yeah, Pop Kill another. Every freaking time I see a Pop Kill cover, it's pretty much all they're doing is variant covers now releasing for collectors. The story's already done. It's just issue #1 with a new cover, new variants. It's just Easter now. They had Valentine's now, and now it's Easter. Tigress Island, Image Comics, second printing. And the Astro Quantum #3. And then we get into all the reprints of all the Spanish stuff through that and some other covers. But Fame, Robert Downey Jr., Tidal Wave Productions. Like I said, where are these companies coming from? I've never seen these in any of the shops.
This must be a rebranding of the people that used to do the Political Power comics.
Okay. Because these I've never seen them. Like Big Bad Bug Media has never been in my shops. Only press I know of, Dork #1, third printing. Sad Lemon Comics variant. Image Invincible #1 and 6016 Comics Elite. Yeah. Brides Are Dracula by Bad Bug. Absolute Flash. But Panini is like a Spanish version. So there's basically a yeah. Yeah, a lot of variant covers. But all right. Well, we're done with that though. We're gonna go over to trades. We have Batman Dark Patterns, the complete, all 12 issues. Dan Waters, fantastic series. Recommend if you've not read this. It's probably the best Batman book to come out since Rebirth. I'd say, and all of Rebirth. Since 2016, it's probably my favorite Batman's story. Did not care for Tom King or even the dude who came after him. What was it? Tinian with Joker War. Yes. I like this.
Would have been better if they hadn't basically done the same story a year earlier.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right. G.I. Joe Volume 3 is out this week. Supergirl Volume 1, Misadventures, was actually been a surprisingly good Supergirl series. You can skip Chris Condon's crappy Oliver Queen story. We can skip the X-Men. Those are not great. Invincible. This is Volume 1 hardcover. You can also get the Cory Walker the direct market edition. And then Batman Beyond. This is volume 3 of the limited, basically, compendiums. Volume 1 and 2 were collected and released end of last year. I collected that, so this is the 3rd volume. So it'll be the complete collection. That's going for $60. Justice League of America, Starro the Conqueror, $40 this week. The DC Finest. Avengers Epic Collection, Absolute Vision.
That is an excellent bunch of books there.
Yeah, for $50. I'm surprised it wasn't $55.
Well, good. Maybe they saw what DC was doing and thought maybe we better knock ours back down a few bucks.
Yeah, so right now theirs are $10 more than DC's.
Yeah. Or it might just be this one. So who knows?
Could be. We don't know.
God damn, can you do anything right? And I bet he scores on that. Jesus Christ.
Calm down.
It's like watching Little Leaguers.
All right. Wonder Woman Spirit of Truth hardcover.
Don't ever tell me to calm down again.
All right. Don't calm down. Rage.
What if I want to be calm now? Don't tell me to be calm. Don't tell me not to calm down and me be calm now.
Coco, sick 'em.
You can't get me. Coco's upstairs doing whatever the hell she does up there all day, night.
Batman Rip, Absolute Edition. I don't remember this at all. $100 though.
It was right around the time of the Final Crisis.
Oh.
It's not bad, but it's the
Batwing's a Batman Damned, right?
The what?
The Batwing, is that Batman Damned?
Yeah, that was a Black Label thing.
Okay. But here you go. Here's what everybody's waiting for this. The Batman Golden Age Omnibus, Volume 3 hardcover.
But they've done that before. I mean, I said all the stuff they haven't done once, and they keep reprinting the same. But I'm calm.
Calm.
I am a picture of serenity.
Great movie.
What, Serenity?
Yeah.
What about Serendipity?
Actually, that's a better movie. I like that movie.
Never seen that.
Hick Beckinsale and John Cusack.
Cusack.
John
Cusack
Cusack.
was one of my favorites. He made a movie in the late 80s that nobody watched called Tapeheads that I absolutely loved. Got in an argument with Aaron about it.
I have it on VHS.
You do?
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Serendipity is pretty much John Cusack. He's engaged to be married, but meets this girl, Kate Beckinsale, and is drawn to her. And he realizes he's not in love with the girl he's marrying, and he wants to be with the girl. And she dropped basically it's story where it's like Cinderella. She dropped her glove. So he's been trying to find the girl with the missing glove, matching pair, and then he finally meets her. And the problem is that they kept just merely missing each other. Finally, at the end, they realize it, and then they become that. They get together. The other one he did was called America's Sweethearts.
And I don't know if this is true, but yeah, when they did Tapeheads, that was after the Sure thing, which John Cusack had made a bunch of those 80s movies that were really put them on the map. Tim Robbins was in the Sure thing. Yeah, and they were, I think, real life best friends at the time. And apparently they were so full of themselves that the studio basically decided not to really promote Tapeheads.
Yep.
To how much they probably saw and said this is a cult movie at best anyway, which is true. But they said they didn't promote it that much to basically.
So Tapeheads is your favorite John Cusack movie?
I don't know if it's my favorite, but there's something about that. When I saw it, it had a lot of good music. The Sam and Dave played the swanky modes, the blues guys they were obsessed with. Don Cornelius plays the guy that wants him to make a video, and you know who the the people that make the video, My Baby Doll, that was Devo. So it had all kinds of really cool Easter eggs, and it was just the most bizarre plot.
Yeah.
And there's something about that it's absolutely loved.
I'm trying to think. There was one I liked. I think it was Hot Pursuit. That's the one I liked.
Wasn't Don Johnson in that?
I think so. I just remember it's Hot Pursuit. I saw it a long time ago. I have a lot of them on VHS. That's
Well,
it. 90s. Is where he was supposed to graduate from, but he basically had to have summer school, and his girlfriend's about to go on a vacation to the Bahamas with their family, and he basically they leave, and he's trying to find them the whole entire time, and then he saves them when a bunch of terrorists try to basically, or not terrorists, but criminals take him hostage. He comes in and saves them, and rescues them. But
that isn't John Cusack, is it?
John Cusack, yeah,
Really?
yeah, that was That was the 80s movies. That was Hot Pursuit. I can't remember. I don't remember John Johnson being in any of the John Cusack movies.
I'm thinking of a different movie that has a similar title.
No.
I don't think I've ever seen Hot Pursuit.
Yeah.
Ben Stiller, and he must have been 10 years old when he made that.
Hot Pursuit. That was late 80s, and then what was the one of his most recent ones I liked him was, other than Identity, was The Bagman.
I have seen that.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite ones. But yeah, everybody says like Better Off Dead or Gross Point Blank, but Hot Pursuit was one of my favorite ones.
But Gross Point Blank has the coolest movie death in the history of movies. When he puts the TV through Dan Aykroyd's head, that was just awesome.
I like the whole thing. He's like, there used to be it used to be a thing here, my house here. Now it's a gas station. That's how I feel sometimes. Growing up, and like you see like your favorite places are now. You come back, and it's like, wait, where is the cool stuff? And like, oh, all right, yeah. So Dick Tracy Deluxe Edition, Volume 2, hardcover. Another fantastic series. If you are not reading Dick Tracy, as I always say, implore you. Hey, Breen?
You don't know words that big.
Yes, I urge you guys to go basically to pick up Dick Tracy. Just fantastic. It's probably one of the best detective books out there right now.
I was thinking of The Hot Spot.
Oh, The Hot Spot. Okay.
Yeah, Virginia Madsen and Jennifer Connelly and Don Johnson.
Okay. Is that The Hot Spot? Is where she's in Target? What is the Jennifer Connelly one where she's riding the freaking horse?
Career Opportunities.
Okay, that's what it is.
Awesome Clash song too.
Yeah. So that's it for this week, though, for trade stuff. Hellboy could be collected. It's an artist edition. Dick Tracy's out this week. As far as that goes, the collection, get that. You can get the Pop Kill if you have not get that. That was pretty good book. Batman, if you don't have the Golden Age Convicts Volume 3, it's $100. We also have Age of the Shield, but I would not recommend that.
Go back to the Avengers one for a second.
Okay.
And see what issues that covers.
The Roger Stern era.
Yeah, once I sell my books, I don't know if I've got those stories, and I might actually want to get those. 238
through 254.
I think I've got some of those, but
it has Adventures Annual number 13.
Yeah.
This has to do with Eternals make the scene and engage with Avengers in a final fence against a human deviant menace called Maelstrom. Captain America, Hercules, and Black Knight return just in time for Vision to unveil his plan for global peace. Hero or not, an Uber-powered AI overlord as has the world's armies on edge. It also has Hawk introduces a new bride, Mockingbird, to the Avengers just in time to get whisked away to Battleworld and Secret Wars, leaving Vision behind to assemble an all-new Avengers. You have Morgan Le Fay. They battle against her to save Spider-Woman's soul. Yeah. Star Fox connects the Vision to Titan's supercomputer, giving our favorite android nearly unlimited power. So, we all know about Star Fox and what he turns out to be.
I thought that. Yeah, what a bunch of shit that was.
Yeah.
I want to say that there was some kind of connection with Thor at the time. I think that because Thor was exactly 100 issues ahead of them. But
yeah,
maybe I'm just misremembering now.
Bombshell is gathering his Titans to bind. Yep. Absolute Vision. Yeah. Great lineup though for the team though. I never cared for Star Fox, even before the retcon and stuff.
Star Fox was good in the Avengers.
I like the lineup before him, but
never. Yeah, well, the thing why I always say that Roger Stern had the best Avengers run was that he could take characters like Star Fox. If he hadn't been the original writer on Captain Marvel, the Monica Rambeau one, no one would have ever cared about that character. Because I'm pretty sure he wrote the Spider-Man annual that introduced her, and wrote all of it, put her in the Avengers, and he was very good at using not the A-list characters.
Is Jim Novak dead?
Who?
Jim Novak, the letterer?
Don't know.
I always question that when I see a black and white photo. And it's him, he's got forks or knives. It's apparently, he was a big Wolverine fan because he's got the pencils between his fingers. Knuckles looks like Wolverine. But yeah, volume 14 in this. And Knights, whatever that is, volume 3 is out too as well.
I'm guessing the Justice League is the 3 Brave and the Bolds, and probably the first
probably
15 or 16 issues.
28 through 30, and then 1 through 19.
Wow.
Mystery in Space, 75. No. Gasper Saladin. Oh. Carmen Infantino. The letter is known as Joe Letteries. That's funny. So had Murphy Anderson doing inking with the Bernard Sox.
There's a whole everybody connected to this book is gone.
Yeah. Gardner Fox. Yeah, they're all dead. Sadly. But yep. Still the best lineup for Justice League. Crazy. All right. Like I said, for those who are interested, Batman Beyond, this is the volume 3. Basically, it says Terry McGinnis entered the Vandal's Batman. Now he must find his place among the Justice League and the greater DC universe, escape into the future, Gotham, and beyond, as new villains emerge and old threats return, and the heroes of old in new coverage. The story of Batman Beyond is here. Collects Batman Beyond Volume 3, 1 through 6, Batman Beyond Volume 4, 1 through 8, Batman Beyond Unlimited 1 through 18, Superman Batman Annual number 4, Superman Beyond 0, Stories from the Justice League Beyond Digital Series 21 and 25, and Batman Beyond Return of the Joker number 1. In fact, I've never read the comic book version of Batman Beyond Return of the Joker, but I love the movie. So kind of excited to get that. So this is Adam Beechen, Norm Brofeigle's on here too. I thought it was kind of cool. You know, Dustin Nugent did the cover. So Catwoman 2, older Dick Grayson, older Barbara Gordon. Just fantastic series. You know the great thing about this? It doesn't collect that bullshit with Tim Drake becoming the new Batman Beyond. Yeah, fantastic stuff. So, I just really wish that when I see this stuff, I'm reminded of what DC did to me, how they fucked over Robert Venditti and Dan Jurgens. Dan Jurgens was writing that awesome Hawkman series, and then we had Batman Beyond by Dan Jurgens. Fantastic series. We were gonna have Batman Beyond in the Justice League. We were gonna have a Justice League Beyond series, but DC said no because they wanted to bring in what's her name, Megan Fitzgerald, whatever it is. It was just bullshit. But that is it for this week, though. If you guys saw anything, like I said, let me know. I'll look at it. But for right now, we're gonna end it right here. All right. Duggan is writing Wonder Man. I have hope. He actually is the only modern writer since Fraction and before Williamson to write Iron Man well. Yeah, I saw that with your Duggan's going to be on it, and I was like, yeah. I saw what he did with Iron Man. Iron Man was, yeah, Duggan was bad at Iron Man. He may have been a little bit better, but he was still bad. Duggan is like the people talk about how Jed McKay is kind of like boring.
I like what Doc calls him.
Yeah,
generic Duggan.
Yeah, Duggan he just seems like the guy. You want to write a story, okay, and there's no climax, there's no action whatsoever. It's just like it's like having Ben Stein read a bad dentist story to you. It's just bad. But yeah. Then we have Jim Stewart saying, "I always liked the Eternals. I highly doubt the current writer will try anything interesting with them, though. It's only a one shot. It looks like it's gonna be it's supposed to be the 50th anniversary special, so it's probably gonna have multiple writers on there who don't know the Eternals and are just gonna write whatever they want to write, because that's what they do today. They ignore everything in the past because they don't give a shit about it and want to self-insert.
Well, it'll be the MCU Eternals.
Well, I mean, you're gonna have a bunch of gay guys kissing.
Well, that and other people, characters in name only.
Yeah,
but it's not.
Here's my thing with Marvel. You want to hire gay writers? Hire gay writers that actually can write. Steve Orlando can't write. You know what I'd rather see on writing Marvel and DC books? Our friend Joe. He actually knows how to write. He had his head screwed on right on his shoulders. He knows how to write a compelling story. He has the history knowledge of all these characters.
Somebody's gonna have to explain to me someday why Joe isn't writing monthly titles for one of the big two.
Why isn't Joe on writing Doom Patrol?
Yeah. Or Legion, or there's any number of things. I wish I could say what it was, but he came up with something that was just so cool that but DC had never let him do it. And
as far as Joe goes, like I said, Joe is pretty good at. He said he's one of the most knowledgeable guys when it comes to comic books. Every single detail about the artists, the writers, the editors and stuff. He knows all these stuff, and he knows about the characters. He respects the characters. That's one of the biggest difference between a lot of these writers. They don't respect them. And he has ideas. They don't have ideas. They're just basically going by the skin of their pants, trying to get, they put a mediocre story out. The only thing I could see, the reason why, and if I was Joe, why would not want to write for Marvel DC right now? Because they don't pay you anything.
No, they don't. And and I don't know if Joe's association with Wes and Perch,
that's another thing too.
Have hurt him. I mean, he doesn't do a lot with them. He doesn't do the aficionados anymore.
Oh, no.
We don't do the retrospectives anymore. So I don't think he has any connection to.
The only connection he has to anything is basically Pixel when doing the Doctor.
Right, and that's all.
But as far as I think if DC and Marvel wanted to pay people and give them the actual respect, and give them royalties, whatever, for whatever they add on to, a lot more people would want to write there. But right now, the people writing there are the people who basically don't mind being paid crap, but maybe because a lot of them are activists, No,
I agree. There's got to be a reason, because I know if they asked, and I don't know how actively he's pursued it also.
Yeah.
But considering they go out and they seek out some of the worst writers that this industry has ever produced, and here you got a guy who can legitimately write, can't get more than a foot in the door.
Yeah.
It's very frustrating.
Good shout out to TSW. Thanks for subbing, man. And oof, language. Yeah, that's Breen. He's watching sports. When he sees something that pisses him off, he just gets his Tourette's going.
I don't remember doing any of that.
Yelling Jesus Christ, and
you can go back and check the tapes, and I'll still deny it.
Right. No, Cersei, Athena, Icarus are the only interesting Eternals. If they throw in the Renegade Deviants, they'd have the building blocks for a good story.
There was a mini series in the mid '80s, 12-issue Eternal series that I remember being pretty good. I don't remember who wrote it, but the problem was, with all due respect to the King, he was a shell of himself when he came back to Marvel in late '75. The Eternals were, I'm guessing, if DC hadn't pulled the rug out from under him on the Fourth World, he would have eventually introduced them there. But obviously, all of his best ideas in that vein had already been used with the New Gods, the Forever People, Mr. Miracle. So, I said, and because his Cap run was less than stellar.
Yeah,
Eternals was just there, but I said the mid '80s series I remember being good, so it can be done. You just need a better writer than Kirby was in 1976.
Hey, what's up, Austin? Saying I got a ton of story ideas from Marvel and DC I've written down in Google Docs over the years. Not because I think I'd ever be hired either. It's just for fun and maybe some inspiration drawing. Yeah, like I said, Marvel could have, if they really wanted to pay out people and actually take a chance, it actually could and allow other ideas other than just their inner circle groupthink. You could have a lot more good writing on there. We saw this in the '90s, which especially DC. The problem is though, when you cater to only one side of your fans, and this is how you alienate, and this is how you lose money.
A great example of something like that. There's this girl that has a wrestling channel, this Denise something or other.
Yeah.
And she was interviewing Brody King.
Mm-hmm.
8-minute interview. First 6 minutes.
Fuck guys.
Very fun, very, very, very interesting. Overly apolitical. And then she goes, now we got to talk about your F-Ice shirt that you've been wearing. He goes, that's awesome. I'm so glad you did that. I go, you just lost half your audience.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I said, the other half of it, we're just tired of. I said, in fact, I watched first 6 innings, first 6 minutes. I go, I don't mind listening to Brody King. If he wants to keep that to himself, fine. I'll even if he wants to keep it to himself going forward. But she acted like that was the best part about him.
Yeah.
And to the crowd, I went
here's my thing.
Comment section, and it was pretty much split down the middle.
Here's my thing. If I'm talking about a wrestler and you've done all these awesome achievements you've done in your career or whatever, actor, whatever, and you bring it down like, yeah, but let's talk about what you said this before. I really like that. It's like,
well, they've been through all his accomplishments. That's what I said.
No, but I'm just saying,
even more disingenuous that she waited till the end, because I guarantee you she knew if she led with that, nobody would have kept watching, or half the audience would have turned off right there.
I forgot what actor it was I saw recently. They said it's like, why would you? It said don't talk politics. Is why would you want to alienate half your fan list? It's just stupid.
Was it Josh Duhamel? He said that recently.
Might have been him.
The tall guy from Transformers.
I don't know if it was him. It might have been actually. It might have been even trying to think who was falling. I'm trying to think who it was.
I know Ryan Gosling said something like that recently.
I know, right? Yeah, Ryan Gosling said that too. And so I'm trying to think what the other actor's name is. The guy who played Shazam, Captain Marvel guy.
Oh well, Zachary Levi's he's
openly conservative.
He's come out as a conservative. His is over.
But he said he's like, it's like for he said a lot of people that they think they have to put politics in there, and the minute you move in politics, talk about you alienate half of people who maybe liked you are going to watch your movies. Whether good movie or not, they're not just going to watch because the fact that you're in there now.
Here's the truth. If you agree with conservative positions, the left will disown you.
Right.
If you disagree with, an actor's progressive opinions, you'll still consume their product. It's way more one-sided on the left than the right. Because, the right wouldn't have many entertainment choices if we were as petty as the left, and I'll never follow them again, or I'll blah blah blah.
Oh. I've been interacting with Aaron Sparrow on Twitter, and it's like they're talking about the new Ally Machalik, whatever, the girl that's based on the new Supergirl movie.
Yeah.
And it's like I was laughing because I was like, it's like, is this the I said, because at least he was talking about how he said superstar Ally McCulloch who already knows she'll face backlash to simply existing as a woman in the franchise. The whole thing, because it's saying,
she
because
said that, and I said it's
She's like, she's like, we have this. We've become very comfortable in having this weird ownership of women's bodies. I can't really stop that. I can only be myself. And so someone else, it's basically said, I said, I need to explain to me because I don't understand it. Does she mean people will call her ugly? Will she face backlash because people will hate movie because she's a female-led superhero? Fuck that. I've argued back and forth since 2005 that it's not that it's female-led. It's that the studios care about or put effort into quality-led female superhero films. We get this crap, and then I guess I didn't like it because it's a kids movie, or it's because it's a woman-led. It's like, it's bullshit. And I replied back. It's like, oh, I guess she's the new Captain Marvel then, pretty much at this point. And it's funny because like Aaron replies back to me. He's like, well, it's funny to see them shooting themselves in the foot with a type of marketing that has never worked. While Brie is on a redemption arc right now with the Super Mario movie.
Yeah, I'm sorry. There's the part of the aesthetic of watching women in these kind of movies is their physicality, their beauty, their whatever. And she looks like she found her clothes at a rummage sale and threw them on, trying to disguise herself as she's leaving a place where she's wanted by the police.
Here's the thing.
That shouldn't be a be all end all, but it's like, how come it's okay now for dudes to run around in shirtless and all that kind of stuff? How come like I said, the female gaze is perfectly acceptable, but the male gaze is not now?
Here's the thing. It's such a fucking cop out, and I'm sorry for my language. People are coming in right now because they saw me to jump in numbers. When it comes to the whole Supergirl thing, it's like, you're gonna write a story that's depressing, and here's the other thing people don't realize: it's based off of a movie or book called Superwoman or Woman of Tomorrow, which was basically a crappy version or a knockoff of the original John Wayne movie called True Grit. It's a dark, depressing story. This is their first Supergirl since the 1980s one, which was a much more positive, clearly opposite, where she's much more happy.
But it was also a bomb.
It was a bomb too. But listen to this though. This is our first for normies who would never watch the Helen. Is it Helen Slater? Is that her name is?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They never watched that one. So before this, they had Supergirl on CW, which is a lot more brighter. And so normies are going into this and like, whoa, this is dark, depressing, and like, why would we want to care about this? And immediately with the cop out is, and I hate this bullshit. Well, you don't like it because it's a female-led movie, or what's the other one? You don't like it because it is a black person. No, that is the most horrible defense ever. If I don't like something, it's not because it has a woman led or if it has a black person as a lead. I don't give a shit about race swapping for the most part. What I don't like is when you actually have a boring ass story and then you try to defend it by saying, well, you don't like it because you're racist. Like, that is such a horrible excuse. Admit that you wrote something that's not going to appeal to everybody else and you did it on purpose because you wanted a virtue signal. Now, this movie has not come out yet. From the trailer, it looks boring. It looks depressing. The only thing that's great on it is Lobo. And I'm sorry, I would rather just have a Lobo movie. I don't need Supergirl in it. She can be Kamala if she wants to. I think Jim was talking about this. If you read the volume 2 of Brave and the Bold that came out back by Mark Waid in the late 2000s, they had a Supergirl team up with Green Lantern. It was a space adventure story. It could have done that. Lobo was in it as well. But instead, they're going off of True Grit, where she's an alcoholic. She's depressed because she can't get over her family being destroyed on Kandor and all, blah, blah. And I'm just like, this is not how you introduce young girls to Supergirl. They want Supergirl to be happy, chipper and stuff like that. And it just seems like they're offended by that. They don't want that. They want to go dark and gritty. And I'm thinking, like, weren't you guys just bitching about the whole thing with Zack Snyder's movies being dark and depressing? Like, get off your fucking high horse, the James Gunn's butt sniffers.
Yeah,
This is this.
Well,
Like,
so if it turns out to be good, word will
I hope
get out,
so.
people will see it.
But here's the thing, though, is I hope it is good. But my problem is it's with the trailers, it looks bad. It just looks awful, looks depressing. It does not look like something that any kid would like. Well, I want to go watch this. This looks boring. And also, why is she so depressed and just angsty teen edge? It's like, no. Who wants to watch that?
Now I will say this: if I'm making a Supergirl movie, I definitely make it PG-13 at the most, and barely at that. And I would have it, upbeat, hopeful,
inspiring,
inspirational, aspirational, whatever. But
yeah,
we'll see. We'll see if this works.
The first teaser trailer we got was of a couple months ago. Was Crypto peeing on a paper? Superman.
So I said. I mean, I'm.
Know that remind me of someone trying to bootleg the James Gunn.
Yeah, I said I'm. I don't care. I mean, honestly, I'm. But, if I hear it's good, I'll watch it. Yeah, it's.
And I will say this: so I'm not tired of case movies. I'm just tired of bad movies, and I'm at the point where I'm with Rob, we're Extreme Movie Show. We just want our 80s action movies back. That's what we want. We miss the caliber acting of the Chuck Norris back in the day. We like that stuff. It's like, why the Cannon films were great. It's like but now nowadays it's like it's not. You're not. The action movies are going away. The last action movie we had of anything was basically John Wick. But that was more gun fu. But yeah, if you're doing superhero films, I don't want to have an angsty, I hate everyone, rebellious young girl, and she's just like, if you do that, have at the end of the movie where she realizes that she was an asshole and apologizes for her behavior and says, like, you know what, and just tries to be better like your cousin. I don't know if this movie's going to do that. It sounds like she's.
We'll see about it. Yeah.
But I mean, I would rather have her like, being a teenager or whatever and just being on Earth and dealing with school and stuff like that. Make it more kid friendly. Having to hold her powers back, having a 15-year-old, Supergirl, and said this seems like a 21-year-old or 20-year-old Supergirl rebelling, and next thing you know, she's going to hook up with Darkseid. It's like, I don't know. It just seems weird, and it just seems like, okay, whatever, but yeah, I just don't care. I didn't care for the trailer. Now it could be a good movie, but I don't think it will be. Just because it seems so dark, and I think a lot of people are not going to take their families to go watch a movie where she's just drinking and swearing, and then it's going to come like Euphoria TV show that's on TV right now. You're gonna run into a Pride version of aliens that are gay. They're gonna conclude that bullshit, But what's up to Summoner? I fixed the League Comic Geeks. I muted people who has pronouns in their profile. And then they informed me immediately. Then it felt better. Less noise, more thoughtful discussion, same amount of interesting topics. Here's what I learned. Just don't interact with anybody on the community in there in League Comic Geeks. Just log your books in there. That's it. And then keep that. That's all I really do. I mean, I run into people who basically have opinion. They're very opinionated, and they'll dogpile you if you have the wrong opinion. It's nasty. And I hope it's family safe so I can take the kids, see it over again. As for Supergirl, yes, that's every movie should be like that. If it's a character that's designed for families, it should be a family friendly. Speaking movies that they just saw a trailer come out for was Masters of the Universe. Some people are already bitching because they have a Heimdall is played by not Heimdall, but Idris Elba, who did play Heimdall, which is a race swap character in the MCU, was actually did a good job on that, by the way, is going to be a Master of Arms. And I'm thinking, like, at this point, it doesn't really bother me. Now, I guess the trailer, it looks like He-Man was sent away as a kid, and now he's now in his 20s. He found his way back to Eternia. Skeletor has pretty much ruined Eternia, and he gets a sword. Now he has to lead a rebellion to save his people. Now, some people say it looks like camp, or they're saying, oh, this character doesn't have a lot of muscles. And I'm thinking, like, well, I mean, if you're trying to compare him to Dolph Lundgren, no one's ever going to be like tall Dolph Lundgren and have muscle like that, unless you're looking for an Arnold type. But it looks campy. It looks, my honest opinion on the trailer so far for the Master Universe, it looks about as appealing as the first movie. Might even be a little better. I just hope we don't have the Tom Holland MCU humor in there. That's what ruins it for me. The stupid jokes. And like, we've been telling this joke for how many years now? Can you quit with the joke? Try something new. But Hail Mary was pretty safe for the family. They didn't even cuss, and so sexual innuendo just sexual innuendo is just too long. That's good. I heard that Hail Mary's actually been doing pretty good. With Ryan Gosling movie, it looks family friendly. It looks really cool. I said I hope that movie does really well. But as I was talking to Aaron Sparrow, when it comes to movies, I don't go to theaters anymore because the theaters I had around me are all bad theaters as far as service, and they're overpriced and their parking lots aren't safe. The one I used to go to got bought out, and now it's gone. Now it's an Islamist, center. So I was like, that's great.
Yeah, I know we got a ranking in 15 minutes. So we wrap this up. I want to walk around for a few minutes before.
Go ahead. Yeah, I'm ending it right now. How about the version of Supergirl and Superman Adventures? Talking about Superman Adventures, the one that's in the cartoon series or the Mark Millar one, the original 90s one. That's the perfect ideal Supergirl you should have, or where she's raised by the Kents, and then she comes to meet her cousin, and she meets Jimmy Olsen, and they have they're kind of flirting with each other. That's that version of Carol I like.
She should have the white T-shirt and the
exactly,
and then end up in the traditional Supergirl costume.
Exactly,
that's what I would do.
That's not hard to do. But all right. Theater where I live are like beds and all that crazy top. Oh, the theaters I have are basically it's disgusting, and I don't care to go pay $13 for a movie or whatever it is now, and then sit by people who just won't shut the fuck up or are on their phones. So it's not worth it to me seeing it on a big screen. But anyway, though, we're gonna end it right here. Thursday night, no best of the week, because I only have like 3 books, and I don't feel like sitting for an hour and a half or at least 45 minutes waiting for Jeff to get home from work. If I do it, it's gonna be like a short stream, and I'll just show out the books I talked about tonight, the Batman, and then the 3 other books, and then that'll be it. But for the most part, though, best of the week will probably be ending with those soon. I don't know. I'm just not having fun with them anymore, and I don't want to feel like I'm forced to do it. I wish more people would watch the reviews. I do appreciate the people who do show up and interact with us. Summer Summoner, Jim Sorensen, Marania, once like dudes in here too, and Austin Proctor. I do appreciate you guys in here. So going forward, I'm thinking I'm probably going to keep the top 5s going. I'm just not going to do the Thursday nights. If Thursday nights we do anything, it might be a short reading, or just take the night off. But that being said, please click like, subscribe. If you want to donate to the channel, you can go to ko-fi.com/puppeteen. You can drop $1 in a till, and then we'll see you on tomorrow night, 11 p.m. Central, 12 p.m. Eastern for Konosuba manga reading. Till then, have a good night, guys. We'll see you later.
See you
later.